What's going on, guys? Today we are taking a look at the final member of the Golden Braves, or Gold Braves, and that is Leon Kaiser. We have two different vehicles like we did with the first guy. We've got Leon here, who is this really weird-looking golden jet. I don't think the Seekers from Transformers have anything to worry about with this guy. And then we have Kaiser, the giant golden lion. And let me tell you, this thing is just really big. I mean, especially comparing him to the little jet here. Very, very large. To give you guys a better idea of the size of this thing, here is a Power Ranger, the 5-inch Power Ranger Ranger Red next to Kaiser. And just because I'm grabbing random figures from around my table, here is Beast Hunter's Voyager-class Predaking. As you can see, they're roughly the same size. Kaiser's actually a little bit bigger. The Leon toy is roughly the size of a large-ish Basics-class figure from, say, Beast Wars. It's not a bad-looking jet, but the gold plating in the front and then the not-so-gold plating in the back is really kind of jarring. Though Kaiser has the same paint scheme, it works a little bit better on the giant lion. Now, the transformation for this guy is actually very easy. Simply fold the wings down on the back, or you could fold them straight back. Either way, it's your preference. Take the front of the plane, and that folds up along the back of the fuselage, and then flip out the legs and stand the figure up, and that's it. In robot mode, Leon looks, well, he looks like a plane just transformed from the Brave series. He does have a little bit of posability, though, which is really nice. His arms are double jointed, so he's got a swivel here at his shoulder, and then a ball joint at his elbow. His head also swivels, and we'll take a look at the head a little bit later. His legs do split apart just a little bit, so you can get him in some somewhat okay poses. He does come with a gun and a fan, but I can't find them for the life of me. He also comes with this Naginata sword, which I really like. I like the sword. I like the fact that it's a Naginata. I really do like that. Now in the show, I think he looks a lot better on animated cell form than he does in toy form, but that's just the way things are. As promised, here is his head sculpt. It's actually quite good. I like the head sculpt a lot, and it looks really neat. I like the look of the Shogun, because he's supposed to be a Shogun in the show. I like the helmet sculpt. I like the face sculpt. It's really quite good. Kaiser itself is actually a pretty nifty looking lion, especially for the Brave series. Now he does have a couple of gimmicks in this mode, not least of which is his tail, which you could fit one of those little red pieces, red bullets in, and it can launch weapons out of his tail. The other gimmick is here up front, he's got a missile launcher built into his chest. You push this button underneath his chest, and he's supposed to fire all of them, like that. It is a pressure button. It is a pressure switch, so it's not spring-loaded. So you really do have to push a lot of force into these buttons to get the cannons to fire. And the same cannot be said for the back, though. There's a little spring in there, and just getting one of those red bullets in there is a little tricky, and it shoots itself off all the time. So gang, here we have the transformation for into the robot mode. Now I have switched over to my iPhone with its wide-angle lens. The camera that I normally use just isn't going to cut it. So we're going to start off with the robot dude here. So Leon, in fact. So what we're going to do is first transform him partially back into the plane mode, just covering the head. I like to turn the head around for this. And then take his legs and fold them up into the body and flip the wings around. And that's it. That's all we're going to do for the body. Now for Kaiser. First thing we're going to do is reach to the back of the figure and split the back apart so we can take out the tail gun. Take the back legs and fold them up, and then turn them so that the back of the paws are facing towards the upper back of the figure. Come to the back of the lion and push these little pegs down to spring-load, or the spring-loaded pegs, to fold out the legs. For the torso, first thing we're going to do is reach underneath the lion head and pull out this gunner section, or the missile pod section. We'll do something with that in a second. Come to the lion arms or shoulders and fold them forward, and then flip out the fists. Next, take Leon and slide him down into the chest cavity. Fold the lion head forward and pull a Voltron. Now, remember that missile pod we were talking about? This guy. This will actually split apart, and then these pegs will go right onto the tops of these sections outside of his legs, like that. And here we have the final form of Leon Kaiser. Overall, I gotta admit, this thing is pretty cool. It's a lot of fun, it's nice size, and overall, like I said, I like it a lot. The only thing I'm not a fan of is his giant head. I mean, look at that, the head is huge. Compared to the rest of the body, it's also not really in line with the proportions of the whole thing. Now, weapon-wise, he has his 6-pod missile launchers. You can also add 2 more missiles to areas above his forearms. Not only that, he has the tail gun, which he can wield in either hand. And on top of that, he has a ginormous trident naginata thingy. I mean, this thing's huge. So you can have him wield that as well. So he has both short range and long range capabilities. Very, very cool. I absolutely love this robot mode. It's nice, it's shiny, and it's everything that a Brave series should be. So, what can you do with him other than arm him up? Well, you can combine him with the Eagle Ninja Bot Sora-Kage. He will merge with the bird boy here to form what I lovingly refer to as Sky Sora-Kage. So, there we go. He's got a nice set of wings. He is a winged lion with missiles for shoulders. Though, getting him connected and situated is a little bit of a pain in the butt. Not too bad, though. So, there are more combinations, or there is one more set of combinations that we need to talk about. And that combination is how these guys merge up. We've got Sky Goldran here, and Leon Kaiser. I always call him Lio Kaiser for some reason. That is a completely different figure. So, what are we going to do here? Well, first off, we're going to leave him as he is and put him off to the side, because we don't touch him once we've got Sky Goldran set up. So off to the sky he goes. Now, coming back to Leon Kaiser, we're going to first return him to the lion mode, and we're going to do that real quick. So, here we go, back at lion mode and Leon mode. So, for Leon first, we're going to take his arms, fold them up like that, split his legs open, and then fold his feet out like that, and then leave this part folded up, but then take this part, his chest, and fold it out and over like that. There's a reason we do that. You'll see later. And then, put him off to the side. Now, for the lion, first thing I want to do is apologize, because you're supposed to kind of transform the back like this and then plug in the tail, but it doesn't quite fit with the feet folded up like this, so you kind of have to fold it like that. Oh well, sorry, didn't do that correctly. So, what are we doing with this guy? Well, a couple of different things. First, take the missile pod out and put that off to the side. Then, take the entire front just behind the shoulders and rip it apart from the legs like that. And put that down on the table. Then take the leg section, split them apart, and then remove the lion legs from the hindquarters of the animal. Fold up the legs. Take what were the leg or the rear part of the beast and kind of fold that and put it off to the side, or turn it to the side, and then each one of these will drop down to a corresponding section. So you want it so that the white connector here is pointing towards the outside, and then this little peg hole that is free here, or open, pegs in there. So just kind of line that up and get that pegged up like that. If you didn't guess already, these become shoes. Really, really big shoes. Like so. Next up for the gold shoes is some missile pods. So split the missile pod apart and then hook them up to the corresponding shoe with the launching button pointing up. Like that. Yeah, they're going to be a little bit top heavy, but oh well. Or I should say back heavy. Next up is the front of the lion section. Reach underneath the lion's head and pull out this handle. Then turn the lion around and rip the lion's front face off like that. Put that off to the side. Then take the arms and fold them out and fold the feet back all the way, and make sure that you turn it such that the feet are pointing forward, like the claws are pointing forward like that. And then we take the tail, turn it around, and peg it into this section of white back here. And that does take a bit of force. So then you end up with this giant, ridiculous-looking bow and arrow gun thing. Alright, gang, let's go ahead and get this combination finished. First, we're going to add the shoes. There are two large orange clips here on the shoes, and they clip into these big white clips on the bottom of the feet. So all you have to really do is just kind of get them lined up as best you can, and they will go on pretty easily. Like so. So that adds an extra inch and a half to his height. Next, the lion mane that doesn't want to stay closed for some reason. So, it's got clips or clip holders on the back. They will clip in to the front of the robot mode. Let's make sure they clip in correctly. And then this guy will clip in to his, well, crotch, really. Yeah, it's not pleasant, but needs to be done. So we clip that in like that. Oh, the reason we flip this center section up is because there's a big old clip here, clips in right to the skirt plate. And that takes a little bit of force, but once it's in, it is in. And then we can get him armored up with the gigantic bow and arrow, first of which. And it's kind of weird how he's going to have to hold this, because you kind of have to take the arm, straighten it out, and turn it. So it will slide, or it should slide onto his arm. I think you have to turn it that way. Yeah, there we go. So there is his giant bow and arrow gun. And then we take the sword and the trident, and they combine like that to form overcompensation weapon of the week. Yeah. So, yep. That is it. Great Goldran is a cluster in every sense of the word. I don't even know where to begin with this guy. He is absolutely bonkers. But I will admit, he does retain the same paint scheme throughout the entirety of the figure. And I don't know how well you can hear that, but the motor on my turntable is suffering. The weapons he has in this mode are just absolutely silly and bonkers. I mean, you've got a giant half lion that is a bow and arrow gun, and then you've got the Naginata of destruction here. This thing's a full 25 inches long, so yeah, it's the same size as Fortress Maximus. It's just huge. The overall look is menacing, and it actually looks great on your shelf, even though it is absolutely redonkulous. I love this set simply because it works together so well. It's got three completely different and fun figures, And then when they all combine together, you get exactly what I love about the Brave series and Super Sentai. Something that is so impractical, it could never work in real life, but it's fun anyway. Something else that I'm also really impressed at is in this mode, he has a lot of guns. And I mean a lot of launching guns. Great Goldran has 25 individual missiles. They can all fire. We have the 3 down here in the missile pods. We have 8 up here in the chest or shoulders. Then we have 10 on the shoulders. And then we have an additional one here at the barrel. And then you could count in 2 more at, well, up here. You could count those, but we're not going to. So overall, if you guys have a chance to get a hold of this thing, I would highly recommend it, especially if you like the cluster combinations like I do. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this look at the Gold Knights from Goldran. I'm Spade of the Baltmatrix, and I'll catch you next time. So getting one of the red bullets and getting it into the tail here, and then shooting... Ah! Frozen! Ow!